All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's Friday night, so you know what time it is. It's a fall Friday, about 6:50 or so. We're getting ready to have kickoff here in about 10 minutes. We welcome you to Frank Irelan Field. This is Matt Baker, along with my broadcast partner, as always, E.J. Lamb. Say hi to the people.
Hey, everybody. Looking forward to a fun night here in the fall.
Yeah, it should be a very exciting night. We're going to take just a couple minutes and give you a little bit of preview of what to expect for this evening. So Clinton-Masie coming in at a 4-1 record, had no week one game versus a Western Brown team with a 5-1 record. Should be an exciting matchup, especially coming off a absolute barn burner from last year, meaning just scores upon scores upon scores upon scores. Final totaling up to 86-54 in the Clinton-Masie favor in 2020. In fact, that was a school record for Clinton-Masie.
86 points.
86 points.
I've been telling everybody on the way here, like it was like 60-something to 50. I didn't realize they scored 86
points.
But it was a shootout of epic proportions.
Absolutely. We got the pleasure, EJ and I got to broadcast that game in an away event, which is unlike most times we can do here for Campus Nation. We want to thank our sponsor, Campus Nation, as always, giving us this free service. I've heard a lot from the community members this past couple weeks of how they have to pay for other streaming services for school districts. But Clinton-Masie is offering this free of charge, thanks to our friends at Campus Nation. So Western Brown last year totaled 648 total yards, 504 were passing, 6 passing touchdowns, 0 turnovers on both sides of the ball. Logan Campbell was their leading receiver with 204 yards. And then Van Hoos ran for 236, Carter Frank ran for 217. But you cannot talk about Western Brown football. You cannot talk about passing in the SBAAC without saying
that's Drew Novak.
That's Drew Novak, absolutely.
And not only can you not talk about him in just this conference, but I think nationwide. They're talking about Dylan Novak.
Yeah, Drew Novak.
Or Drew, I'm sorry, that's his brother.
Dylan.
You're going to hear me do that probably more than once.
No, he is leading the nation. So those of you that are tuning in here with us at Campus Nation, know that we're going to see the nation's leading passing yardage quarterback for the year so far. He's actually leading by 16 yards over a gentleman out of Arizona. Number one, very proud of a Southwest Ohio kid, an SBAAC kid.
Yes, absolutely.
Being the leader of the nation. Now, granted, they're going to be on the other side of the field tonight, but every other week we're going to vote and hope that he's doing well and keeping to lead the nation to bring that Southwest Ohio attention to this region. It'd be great. Yeah,
and there's some things early in the season you look at schedule. This is the one that I had circled just because of last year and how it ended. We got up on them 28-6 in the first quarter. Then they started coming back. But because we jumped early, they could never kind of make that up. But this is one that when you think about this quarterback with all the intangibles, 6'6", still growing into his body.
Absolutely.
195-pound junior. And the guy's still growing. His arm's getting stronger. And he had, and you see his mobility last year as he ran for a touchdown. And he's already ran for some touchdowns this year. This kid is impressive. And it's got some college, obviously being the leading passer in the nation, going to get a lot of colleges looking at him. And tonight's a good barometer to see, hey, what can he do against a defense like Clinton-Masie, who is a stalwart of defense? So this is going to be – I've been looking forward to this one a long time.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to watch how he competes against, like you said, Clinton-Massie's defense. So far this year, he has 151 completions for 218 attempts for 2,504 yards.
That's as good as a lot of quarterbacks have their whole high school career in 5 games.
Let me give you a comparison. So I was able to talk to their coach. We'll talk a little more in just a second. Nick Osborne, very nice gentleman in his second year as a head coach at Western Brown, was able to meet with me for about a half an hour this week, and he's just a great guy, very nice guy, very personal guy. We talked about Drew, and I compared him to Tony Pike. So I had the pleasure of coaching Tony Pike. Tony Pike, I can tell you, finished his senior year with 2,900 yards passing and 29 passing touchdowns. I was there. I saw it all. And this kid is at 2,504 and has 26 touchdown passes. And like you said, we're not finished with the season.
We're about halfway through.
Yeah, we're a little over halfway through. So they're doing a great job at 5-1, and that also builds upon a 5-3 record from last year. So far, 10-4 overall in his second year as a head coach. Like I said, Drew Novak, some of the accolades as a sophomore, All-Ohio third team, only sophomore in Ohio to make it to the All-Ohio. He was All-Conference, All-District, All-City, and the second in voting for the Player of the Year in the SBAC, which actually went to Carson Van Hoos from the Clinton-Masie Falcons. He's going to have more than one target to throw to, multiple targets, but you can't talk about him without talking about his brother.
Yeah, and actually two wide receivers, Logan Campbell and his brother, Dylan. And so these guys are just, they're beasts. A couple senior wide receivers that are back, that are experienced, that have size. And so his brother is 6'4", 205. And he's going to go to him and look to Logan Campbell. And what a great opportunity for a head coach to come in and get the Novak brothers, to start your tenure that way.
That is a great opportunity. So Clinton-Masie has got quite the work for them to do today. Like you said, Logan Campbell, Dylan Novak are two things. Logan Campbell, some of his accolades, you'll see him on the screen, ladies and gentlemen, as number 5. He's more your slot guy.
Yeah.
He's a
Wes
thicker
Welker
kid.
type.
He's a Wes Welker kid, but he's strong, but he's thick. Coach calls him a team player, a gamer. As a junior, he was all Ohio honorable mention. He was first team all district and city and league. Dylan Novak is also a senior, as you said, first team all conference, all city, second team all district. So not just those kids, but returning up front, they've got some kids. They lost Gary Powell to Mount St. Joe. They lost I think it was Bryson Chambers to Thomas Moore and Brian Newberry to Quincy. And they're replacing a few people on the line, but they're also bringing 3 linemen back. Coach mentioned Cam Weil. Let's see, there's a gentleman by the name of Royce, and then he's got Eric Brewer, Noah Brown, and Aiden Hatcher. Those are 3 juniors that will be coming up, and one of them did start as a sophomore. You also see them on the defensive side of the field. Cam Weil is offered by Morehead State. He's that anchor of the O-line and D-line at 6'3", 285. That's a big old hoss right there.
You got to really enjoy it. Like having that size right there to anchor that defensive line. They're going to need that because, they needed stops last year. They didn't get a whole lot. I think we counted 1 punt, maybe the whole game. And so they're going to need that him to anchor that defensive line to stop the run because you're looking at polar opposites. You're going to see a heavy run game versus a heavy spread offense pass game. And so, as we talked earlier, it's going to be just essential to Western Brown to get some stops on Massey.
Yeah, and we want to mention that Drew Novak is actually getting he's starting to get some multiple looks now. He's starting to get some of those D1 colleges. They're starting to knock on the door. I know he has a visit coming up, I believe, tomorrow to Illinois. He's also going to visit Toledo, but he's not the only one on this roster that's got some college or next-level looks going on. Absolutely.
It's impressive.
And you lose 3 kids, but you lose them to 3 different schools to play football. So also you're going to be hearing the names of Smith and Fry coming on this year, and then Chisman. Chisman actually has an older brother that played last year, did a great job. Now we got Zach Chisman that's following up. I asked the coach, I said, what's something you're still kind of growing into? He said, well, our running game is still being established. And what's interesting, I thought this was a nice note, Nick Osborne, the head coach, the running back is Matt Osborne, his little brother.
Oh, wow.
So how about that?
That's
you don't
cool.
get to see that very much where a coach gets to coach his brother. And because of the youngness of Nick, he's able to coach his younger brother, and he says it's awesome.
If I were to say anything to Nick, I'd say enjoy it. To be able to do
Absolutely.
this, have some talent on your roster, they're going to make the playoffs. Whether they win or lose tonight,
Yeah.
They're getting in the playoffs with this offense, and enjoy this season, man, coaching this kind of team.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun time, and it's not just that it's senior heavy. There are a lot of juniors on this team as well. Juniors of Quentin Collins, who's actually leading the league in interceptions. You'll see him in the defensive backfield, number 3. He's a junior. Chisholm Hall, like we said, and Luther are some of their top 5 tacklers. Evan Grimes is going to do all their kicking tonight, and he's 32 out of 36 on the PATs. In fact, he only needs 8 more PATs, which I hope he doesn't get tonight. But he needs 8 more PATs to break the school record. And just on that record note, Drew Novak actually was able to break the school record for passing in his junior year, and he broke the record of a coach that's currently on the staff.
Wow.
So that's neat. I mean, that's a neat experience for that coach to watch his record be passed on to another player that he's with. And right now that is 7,064 yards was that record-breaking total.
And think about it, over 2,500 throughout this season.
Yeah.
Could very possibly get 5,000 in a very small season.
Yeah, especially with the playoffs coming.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
It's impressive. It's an exciting game, folks. I hope you guys are tuned in. Let your family, friends know this is going to be an epic game tonight.
Yeah, you can go to campusnation.com, again, campusnation.com, or you can go to the Clinton-Masie Facebook page and see the YouTube link for both items there to go to Campus Nation, or to come and start the live stream immediately here from Frank Irelan Field. It's going to be a good one tonight, and we're looking forward to this.
Good one.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So give me a little bit of keys to the game as we're setting up to kick off here from the 40-yard line. Western Brown has decided to kick, and Clinton-Masie will be receiving. So what's your keys to the game?
For Western Brown, it would be nice if they could come out and get a stop. Either, just come in and set the tone early like we can make stops. That would give them confidence defensively. They don't need a lot of confidence in offense. Mm-hmm. We know what they're going to do.
Right.
But defensively, if they could get a stop this drive and just get a few stops to keep their offense. For Clinton-Masie, it's the opposite. I think it's the same thing. You want to have long, sustaining offensive drives. That way you're keeping this high-powered offense off of the field. And so as the Falcons want to do, as we always say, McShirley's fine with 4 or 5 yard, all the way down, slow, methodical, death by 1,000 cuts.
Grimes with the kickoff. It's going to be low into the ground. It's going to be picked up by Carson Van Hoos. Van Hoos starting at the 20. Breaks off. He's got a big opening right there. He's taking through 1, 2, almost runs past him, but he gets down at about the 44-yard line. So that's a 24-yard return to start the game. I think, some of the things that you said absolutely are going to be big. I also think turnovers. Last year there was 0 turnovers, from both teams. It was 0 turn. I can't believe that. So if there's the turnover battle to win, that's probably going to be that's going to tip the scale between the two. So, again, we're going to bring out Western Brown led on defense, as we mentioned before. 71 is Cameron Weil.
He's a big boy.
He is a nice-sized gentleman, ladies and gentlemen, if you can see him on the screen with the wishbone. It's bottled up immediately.
Nice
Carson Van Hoot's been brought down, and he's going to go backwards about 6 yards.
That linebacker, 47.
Met immediately by 47, and that is Seth Barber,
You're
a 6'1", 225 defensive lineman and linebacker.
That's a thick 6'1", 225, good size and speed. You're going to see him there making plays, penetrating that defensive line. So that's a nice stop by Western Brown.
Absolutely. So starting on the now 41-yard line in the double slot look, single receiver, that's Blake Ireland to the top of your screen. Carter Frank goes in motion. The dive goes to Colton Trampler. He's going to get about 8 yards, almost 9, to bring it to the 49-yard line.
But you left it a 3rd and 6.
Yeah.
Good for them. Because as you know, and I'm sorry, Matt, but as you know, Massey doesn't pass a lot, so 3rd and long is not what they are accustomed to.
Yeah, and McSorley's he's not afraid to go on a 4th down, especially if you can at least cross the 50-yard line.
You know what they say, no risk it, no biscuit.
No biscuit, absolutely. So this time Keegan Land, your receiver, to the bottom of your screen. Carter Frank goes with the pitch. He's able to get outside, and he's going to break outside of that run. He's going to go down the sideline, get pushed out of bounds about the 38-yard line, but it looks like there is a flag on the field. That one's going to come back.
Looks like we got a little bit of ginger walking here
That's Cody Zantini. He's limping in the process here. Gets brought down by Western Brown. I didn't see that on the backside of the play watching Carter Frank, but it is definitely coming back.
I like Zantini because if he needs to throw, he can. We just don't have it, in our playbook. We have it, but we don't use it a whole lot. And so this will give him an opportunity maybe to roll back and see what he can do. Yeah, except he's going to be kind of ginger on that leg. It looks like he is really hurting. He was brought down by a Western Brown defender, and we'll try to catch that number in just a second. So number 11, Blake Ireland, brings the play in. Walking gingerly to the huddle again is Cody Zantini. Cody gets underneath the huddle and breaks it at the 40-yard line, coming up to the 47-yard line. He'll bring a double slot look, single receiver to the right. That's Blake Ireland, overloading the line to the right-hand side. He pitches, trying to get outside. Another flag. Nice moves there by Van Hoos.
Yeah.
But we've got some laundry on the field.
Yeah, and it looks like, 44, it looked like, put a lick on him afterwards. And
on Zantini?
On Zantini,
so they're getting their sticks in, aren't they?
Yeah, it seemed like he wanted to make sure and get.
Oh, and maybe it could have been roughing the passer, possible. We'll see.
Well,
no, unnecessary roughness, man.
Yeah, unnecessary roughness. It looks like he might have a rib injury. So, unfortunately, it looks like Western Brown's kind of clapping up that injury. Number 1 in particular is making sure that it's known that they're happy with that So that's disappointing to see. We don't want anybody hurt.
We need some sportsmanship here, guys.
We don't want anybody hurt. So we want to make sure everybody's taken care of on both sides of the ball. So let's try to keep it clean. So, all right, so it looks like there was a penalty against Western Brown, and that's going to be on the bringing the ball up to the 40 – looks like the 42, 45, 46-yard line.
He said, this is how you want to roll? Zantini getting the crowd into it.
Yeah, he needs to just focus on the field and make sure we get this taken care of and get this penalty out of the way. So that's going to be a spot foul. Wow, I'll be honest with you. I don't know. I don't know how did they lengthen that penalty that far. Yeah, that was a long one. I'll have to defer to the video
on this one. See what happens when you lose your head as Western Brown guys taking unnecessary
maybe
hits.
they got
You're giving them a lot of yardage
after that, right?
Yeah.
So, Trampler
runs them over. Nice run. Did they hit him again? They hit him again. Wow. This has got to be cleaned up by Western Brown quickly.
This is turning ugly very quickly. Very quickly.
Here comes McSorley on the field. Couple more coaches,
It looks like there's an intention for Western Brown going after Cody
and you don't
Zantini.
want that reciprocated.
That's not good.
You don't want that reciprocated.
Yeah, Drew Novak is a guy that's going to be a
D1, fellas, come on.
D1 college prospect, and you don't want somebody going after him either. That's ridiculous. Yeah. Number one seems to be extremely excitable towards the crowd and towards the rest of the team. That's disappointing.
This game needs no hype. It needs no extra hits like this.
Not at all.
This is hype enough. This game, and you don't want anybody injured. You don't want anybody for the rest of the season, facing anything serious here.
At some point, Clinton-Masie is going to respond, and you don't want that either. You want them to keep their head and stay calm.
Right, just keep your head. But they will try to get their sticks. Hard hits. That's just part of the game.
Absolutely. We want to be physical, but we want to be within the confines of the rules here.
Yeah.
So,
well,
in the wishbone and Blake
Irelan. He can hand it off without getting hit here. Up the middle, nothing going there.
Nothing on offense there.
And what does that say? You got to let your play speak for itself.
Yep.
Another penalty.
So it just seems like
number one. You're right.
Just seems like there's a lot of jacking, a lot of jaw jacking going on. Personal foul against Clinton-Masie this time. Looked like there was some extra scrum in the pile there, and I'm telling you, it goes for both teams. Both teams need to take a breath, calm down, relax, get their head about them, and then let's just play some football and let the play speak for itself.
It's physical, but there's a line that you don't want to cross. You want to keep your head here.
Yeah.
Be physical, but you just can't take cheap shots.
And what's interesting is I actually brought up to Coach Osborne. During my interview during the week, and again, what a congenial gentleman, did a great job for me answering all my questions. And I asked him specifically about the animosity, because of the game last year, because that some of the Western Brown fans, especially and coaches, felt like it got out of hand. Carson Van Hoos goes out of bounds, and again, number one, just really flexing and making sure he's seen as much as possible. So that's really probably time for him to just play ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's it. You got to keep your composure here, guys.
Knocking people out of bounds
because look at the yardage each team's given up by these penalties, and you can't give free yards away in a game like this if they're too. Right. And
Yeah, I spoke specifically about that animosity.
You don't want to.
Coach felt like there wasn't any.
I don't think this is on the coach. No, I sound like he's a stand-up guy.
Oh, absolutely. And I don't think it is necessarily the coach, but it is the coach's job to control his players. And right now it looks like there's some struggle on that.
Come on, Frank. Nice.
So Frank,
go, baby.
Go.
Cut.
He turns, flips, goes down.
Going to be short.
Yep, he's going to be short.
What do we do here, Matt? What do we do?
I'd say at this point you're going to go ahead and go for it on fourth. You're concerned about being outscored by Drew Novak, so I would say that they're going to go for it on a fourth, and it looks like I think it's going to rest about fourth and six.
Yeah, you got about 5 or 6 there.
Yeah, 5 or 6. It's not going to be easy by any means. Now, I'll tell you, down in this area, we've seen this play multiple times. That's Dawson Conley going from the right tight end position out into the flat of the end zone for the score.
Yeah.
Could be something they pull out here. Could be something where they want to keep it on the ground to keep Zantini safe.
Yeah, he's been beat up, and that's what you're.
Yeah, Dawson is not set up, so it looks like there's going to be a pitch.
Pitch on the end of Frank. He's
And he's
that's going to be tight.
It's going to be right out of bounds, but it looks like he's going to be short. Yeah.
Good stop by Western Brown.
It is.
Good stop.
Congrats to them. Great job, great defensive stand there.
Now he's got 95 yards to go.
Yep. And we know that he can do that in a snap of a finger. It takes one play for one play for Drew Novak to show what he can do on defense, on offense, and I think we're going to see a show, like you said, from the first snap.
And credit to Western Brown, you bend but don't break.
Right.
They got 95 yards to go, but the fact of the matter is they got to stop.
Yeah, didn't get a score.
They got to stop, and it's 0 on the scoreboard.
That's right. That's big, huge, and stops are going to be big for both teams.
And it comes down to one play because if they would have punched it in, you'd say, hey, there's the big, long, Massey drive. Yep. But no, here we go for Western Brown.
Number 20 on the inside, that's Zachary Chisholm. Looks like Novak's on your far end in the end zone, out of the end zone. He's going to get the ball. He's going to be tackled at about a 5-yard loss. So that's number 7, and they're going to go with a hurry-up style offense. That's Dylan Novak with a
you see that
almost
size,
a 6-yard plane.
6'4", 205,
yeah,
good size.
He's a nice.
We talked about that last year, the size matchups here.
Absolutely. Going again. They're going to give him, just a nice little pitch and catch. Great job.
They might be setting something up here. With these
out of bounds. He's going to get the first down, return it.
And watch Drew just kind of like move his arm, but just getting warmed up over there. He's just, man, this going to be a long game.
Yeah, I think the big thing is he's just thinking, give what they take or take what they give.
Yeah,
just take what they give. If they're going to give you 5 yards every time, then you're going to give them 5 yards.
Nice.
Okay, so
good pressure. And I think that's the key.
42,
We didn't have a whole lot of time pregame, but I think the key for Massey is to get pressure. Nothing frustrates a quarterback worse than don't give him 5-6 seconds. Get in there. Right. Get some defensive penetration on him from the defensive line.
That was Braden Rolfe. Now, the thing you got to be a little concerned about with that pressure is the fact that he can run.
He can run. He's mobile.
Yeah, very well. He not only has a numerous amount of big, long pass
over
to Carter Frank is able to intercept him at the 50-yard line.
There it is.
He gets brought down by number 5 by Logan Campbell. So Carter Frank with the interception, which makes a huge turnover and a return to the offense for Clinton-Masie.
There's that first turnover. That's a big play by Carter Frank right there.
Yeah, he was going to drop it right in the lap of it. Looked like Logan Campbell. He had inside, but I think, honestly, the ball just floated a little bit to the outside.
It looked like it floated, and I thought, well, maybe he's going to run under this, but that's a great play by Carter Frank. Hey, and all these DBs are going to have to play and run.
Hands ready.
Yeah, you better be ready. I think
hands ready.
You're going to watch Van Hoos and possibly Trampler get the bulk of these carries. You're going to have to give your DBs a break. Well, they're all out there, so there's 3 of them, so they'll share that load tonight, as they usually do.
Wishbone set up. Carson Van Hoos is stopped at the line. He's able to drag at least one person for about a 3-yard gain, and Coach Osborne said he's got all the respect in the world for Carson Van Hoos, not only what he was able to do against Western Brown last year, but he's seen the film so far this year. He knows that Carson Van Hoos is a game changer, a game breaker, so you can see automatically that they're going to key on him and make sure that they're taking care of business right off the bat. So offensive line gets come up and set at the 47-yard line. Wishbone set. Receiver to the top is Blake Irelan, a jump. But they are able to stay on their side. Carter Frank is met immediately by number 55. It looks like, 55 by Western Brown is Dane Tomlin, a 6'1", 205.
Yeah. One thing you see about this defense is just some size. To be a high school defense, they've got quite a few 200-pounders on here.
Without question, 56 is going to be Ryan. It's Marthaler, 210. 5'11", and ladies and gentlemen, we apologize if we're butchering any names. By no means is that purposeful. So Western Brown, a lot of energy on defense, a lot of size on defense. So this time it looks like the Clinton-Masie is going to bring with a double slot look, a change at the fullback position. Dylan Maples now in the fullback position. The toss goes to Carter Frank. He get number 12
run
gets
him out wide.
Yeah, nice job. Nice play by the defensive there. Number 12 for Western Brown's actually the one that set that up by shedding a block. That was Evan Canaster.
Made him get deep.
Yep, absolutely. A senior DB. So Clinton-Masie does not capitalize on the turnover other than a little bit of field position. So it's going to be at the 49-yard line, and we'll be kicking from the left to the right.
So it's 6 minutes left. Yeah, I thought there'd be some points on the board, so they might make us both out. These defenses so motivated to put the stops. If this ends up
being 7-6, I think a lot of people are going to be disappointed. So the ball's kind of high.
There you go.
Nice kick.
Nice.
Looks like it's going to roll just a little bit. It's going to end up probably right about the 10-yard line, almost down to the 9. So 9-yard line, that's going to be about looks like a 41, almost a 50-yard punt from where he kicked it from. So 50-yard punt by, I believe that was Keegan Lamb, if I'm correct. He's been doing our kicking duties in the punt game here this year.
A nice punt down to the looks like around the 7-yard line. Very nice.
So very similar to a starting space that they came into last series. Now they're into a second series of offense. Drew Novak brings his offense of 5 wide, 3 receivers to the bottom of your field and 2 to the top.
Do we have the sizes of 75 and 77 there? For
absolutely.
They're big. You can just tell their offensive line is big.
75 is Eric Brewer, 6'2", 320.
Yeah, I'm telling you. They
and
just
77 is Nathan Royce. That's 6'2", 270.
Yeah.
Catch goes to 20. I believe that's Campbell. No, that's Chisholm. Sorry, 5 is Campbell. So Chisholm with a catch and reception there with about an 8-yard gain is going to be 2nd and 2 for Dylan Novak and the Western Brown Broncos.
And you can't, have 2,500 yards passing without a decent offensive line. He's got a good offensive line that's protecting him, giving him time to get the ball out.
Plenty of time. This time he's going to run. He's met in the backfield, but he's able to be brought down with just about a yard, maybe a 2-yard gain. So it's going to be right at the first down marker called there. With 5:20 left in your first quarter, your score is 0-0 so far. Clinton-Masie trying to make a defensive stand here. That is going to be a first down for the Broncos.
Run there.
Yeah. And that's where Coach McSorley, I was able to talk to him earlier this week as well, and there's no question that's a part of the game that they're concerned about is the mobility of Drew Novak and the ability for him to run when he needs to. This time a single running back in the backfield.
He's got number 7.
7's open.
Brother, a little overthrew him there.
A little over his head there, but comes down this time without the ball is Novak to Novak. So he had a running back on his right-hand side, unlike any other set so far. So this time it was 4 wide with a single running back in the backfield. So they're going to mix it up, but it looks like no matter what, it's 4 or 5 wide every time. They're going to air it out.
Coach's little brother's running back. As you can see, not many run plays, maybe a design for the quarterback.
Right.
But that's how you get your little brother back. Hey, if you ain't nice, man, you ain't touching the ball.
You ain't getting the touches.
You ain't touching the ball. You better be nice.
Absolutely. Clinton-Masie looks like they're going to bring pressure right up the middle. Colton Trampler does. Then immediately the wide receiver screen is met with a tackle by number 11, Blake Irelan.
Nice tackle, Blake. As we say, Blake Ireland is a scrapper. He makes the play. Open field tackles aren't as easy as they look.
No, not at all.
And he made a great play there to contain him, make the tackle. Now it's 3rd and long.
Yeah, we call him the Swiss Army knife. He can do it about all. Let's see, Matthew Fry is also going to be a receiver down here on the farther side next to Logan Campbell. So you got 3 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Drew Novak looks like he's calling the protection, maybe changing the play. Gets the snap. Snap's going to be right at the 20-yard line. He's going to reset, and they're actually going to reset the defense a little bit and come a little bit tighter. Carter Frank now backs off. A little bit of movement, it looks like, on the right-hand side.
Yep.
So that looks like a false start on Western Brown, so they're going to give up 5 yards and come right back to the line of scrimmage.
And 75's doing push-ups. It must have been him. 2 push-ups. I guess that might be policy.
Yeah. So, hey, they got him trained well. That's good. Yeah. Osborne's got him working over there and having consequence. So, again, pressure looks like it's coming up the middle. They're going to back off of that. Braden Rolfe goes out to the outside. There's pressure right away, so he's going to be brought down in the backfield. So Novak comes off the sack, resets his offensive line. They'll come back to line of scrimmage now on 3rd down.
Braden Rolfe comes in, makes him step up in the pocket, and that pocket was collapsing and gave that defensive line that opportunity to make that sack. So, again, Braden Rolfe, good play to get that pressure.
They're going for it on 4th, and it looks like 14. It might be a little squib kick here. Yeah, it looks like a squib kick, Stay away from it, so it's going to drop down. Oh, nice roll. Nice roll.
Good little play there.
Yeah.
So Drew Novak does it all.
He does. He
can
do it all.
Obviously, if you're him, you don't want to get injured. Leading rusher at 547, leading passer in the nation, and now a little option punt. That'll pay off when it's 4th and 2.
Yeah, what's interesting is Carson Van Hoos, he's gotten so many more rushes to the year. Drew Novak is only about 50 yards behind him in rushing at number 5 in the league, where Carson Van Hoos is number 4. So just shows you what a dual threat. I mean, there's a definition of dual threat quarterback.
Yeah, and credit to Massey so far. You'd like to get through the first quarter, 3:31 left, just run this ball into the second quarter, keep them off the field, but credit to that Massey defense for stopping this offense.
This time we're going to go slot in the I backfield. The ball's going to go to Colton Trampler. He's able to get the
Cody gets another strong hit there after he passes or hands the ball off.
So the hit goes against Cody Zantini, and the trampler gets about 4 yards on the play. So running that option look out of the I set this time instead of the wishbone with the receivers to the top, making a slot formation there. So Clinton-Masie trying to show a little bit of a different look. Keegan Lamb bringing in this play. Western Brown, again, a lot of energy on defense, is able to get out wide pretty quick.
Credit to them. I mean, nobody really is more physical than Massey, and they're trying to make a statement. Now they've went too far, but they're trying to make a statement with this physicality.
And I think at times there's Clinton-Masie. Yeah,
there's another flag.
It looks like another flag against Western Brown. This time Keegan Lamb was kind of taken to the ground in a wrestling move by number 8 for Western Brown.
Western Brown, you keep your head. You're in this game.
He just grabbed him and flipped him over and landed on him on the ground.
It's going to be another big hike.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you're Western Brown's coach, you can appreciate the energy, but you can't give up. At this point, you've given up probably 50-plus yards.
Yeah, and that's what you're going to have to go on a halftime, and they're going to be in this game and say, guys, listen, we're playing great, we're playing physical, but you're just taking it a bit, not keeping your composure. Yeah,
Coach Osborne had mentioned that physicality is probably one of those things that they would like to emulate out of Clinton-Masie more than anything else. You know, offensively, they're quite a bit different, but they want to bring the wood, if you will.
There it is.
Nice open pass. Dawson Conley is able to touch out of bounds. So a nice
number
pass.
1 again.
Yep.
After he's out of bounds, grabs him, throws him down.
Absolutely. So a lot of energy from number 1, but unfortunately it's going to be another penalty on him.
Just got burnt. And then
he was at least 4 yards, or at least 2 yards out of bounds, and he just threw him to the ground.
That's just another, and you can't give free yards away when you're in this game like this.
Right, absolutely. So at some point, is the personal foul penalty going to add up to where there's going to be an ejection? Because I think at this point there's at least 5 for Western Brown, I think, 4 or 5.
Yeah, 4 or 5.
That was a nice catch by Dawson Conley, and nice yards after catch
Big game
as well.
Dawson right there.
Yep. Out of a split backfield.
Ooh.
Looks like we're going to have a false start.
Little movement.
Yeah, a little movement there.
And credit to Zantini, is we talk about this a lot, to a team that doesn't throw the ball a lot, and you dial him up to make a big pass and can just put it right on the money.
It was a great pass.
Huge.
Yeah, and there's also some chemistry there. Dawson Conley and Cody go way back to probably 3rd grade, so they've been playing with each other for quite a while.
Really, really good chemistry.
Can't give up the 5 yards, though, Clinton-Masie. So now we're going to have a first down. And
nice
Carson
run.
Van Hoos gets tackled and brought down at the, looks like about the 7-yard line. So not a bad run. It was going to be 1st and goal. Now to be 2nd and goal, and they're going to set up from the 7.
Yeah.
So Western Brown doing a great job up front. There's not this big surge that you're used to from the Clinton-Masie line. You know, that what I call the foosball mentality, where everybody goes together and forward. Western Brown, to their credit, is definitely putting holes in that.
Generally, we can move even on a 2 or 3 yard run. We can push the line and penetrate the defensive line.
Looks like Cody Zantini's making a play change at the line of scrimmage. I'm going to go fullback here if I were to guess. Nope, Carson Van Hoos gets it.
Got it.
He's able to cut, and in for the score is Carson Van Hoos.
Van Hoos on the loose.
Van Hoos on the loose for the score.
Nice blocking. The line set it up perfectly.
Another penalty on number 1. So he was jawing into the referee's face.
At this point, if I'm coach,
you got to pull him.
You got to
pull him.
At least a drive.
Yeah,
because he's hurting his team.
He actually started yelling at the referee, and the referee just threw the flag right at him. So something was said that wasn't, not appropriate. So
yeah, you're going to be looking at ejection if he keeps it up.
Yeah, with a few personal foul penalties, and this one he's going to call for taunting.
Is there a protocol like on so many in high school?
I don't know that there is in high school. No, I don't believe it's the same as.
Okay.
I think that's the second one.
In the college ranks, if you get 2, I think you have to go. Yeah, I'm not sure the same way in the high school ranks. So it looks like we're going to bring the ball over here for the point after attempt. I do have some concern.
Will they assess that on the kickoff?
Yes, I believe they should assess that on the kickoff. But I do have some concern, just for the sake of the safety of everyone, that, the refs need to get this in control. So that's a point after attempt is good.
It's good.
That's going to be Ian Guinness compared to Trevor McGinnis.
Yeah.
So Ian McGinnis is good for another PAT, done an excellent job this year. In fact, Ian McGinnis is, I believe, 2nd in scoring second in scoring for Clinton-Masie for the year, behind Carson Van Hoos. So let's talk about a few games in the SBAC. Last night was a Bethel Tate game versus Claremont Northeastern, where the Bethel Tate defending national champions were able to defeat Claremont Northeastern. Tonight you're going to hear about New Richmond and Batavia, Western Brown at Clinton-Masie, obviously, and then Fayetteville Perry versus East Clinton, Blanchester at Williamsburg, and Goshen at Wilmington. So those games are SBAC slated games. The Western Brown Broncos, the Clinton-Masie Falcons, and the Wilmington Hurricane all won their SBAC opening competitions last week, and they'll have another competition this week coming to the field. Looks like they are assessing the penalty.
And that's what happens. You're giving your team horrible field position.
Yeah, which doesn't allow any run back here. I mean, Ian McGinnis, if
Put
he
it through
catches
the uprights.
if he catches it well, shouldn't have any problem getting this into the end zone, which will stop any kind of touchback. So Western Brown, again, like you said, penalties are definitely an issue right now for them, giving up. I would say at this point there was an additional couple penalties on that particular exchange.
And again, let me just say how much I like Ian McGinnis's cleats. That orange is red. Really
orange
sticks out. That's cool.
He wants to make sure you see him.
Look at a little Florida Gator with those colors.
So Ian McGinnis brings his kickoff team up. He's going to be kicking from the 45-yard line, but that's going to be the Western Brown 45-yard line. And, yeah, that'll clear the end zone by at least 3 yards. So no return on that particular kick. And
put that thing to the uprights.
Yeah, touchback on that. I had the benefit of, in my coaching days, watching a young man named David Benedict when I was at North College Hill. And any kind of penalty whatsoever, it didn't matter if it was a 5-yard variety or that kind of taunting 15-yard variety, he could stick it to the uprights on a kickoff easy. It was actually neat to see.
So did he go play college?
He did. He played college soccer, actually. He played for Wilmington College, actually. Came up here and played for Wilmington College. Yeah, he led the city in goals his senior year.
That's cool.
So Western Brown brings their offense back onto the field, 3-by-2 this time, three to the small side.
Quick question: why aren't you running behind that left side of that offensive line?
That's a big offensive line, and I think that's in their pocket. If I'm guessing right, they're going to wear Clinton-Masie down for the next quarter and a half, and
reverse it,
and then all of a sudden they're going to just run Drew Novak, especially in the second half.
He's got plenty of time there.
Plenty of time. Yeah, he's just picking people apart at this point.
Got to pick it. Nice catch.
Nice catch. Excellent catch by number 11.
Did he push off?
Not sure. So number 11.
Or the cameraman saying push off.
Okay, Corey's calling a push off. That's Matthew Fry. So it looks like illegal man downfield, possibly. Okay. Yeah, it looks like one of the offensive linemen might have got a little bit too far, so they're going to call that one back. It's going to be another. That should be the 5-yard variety.
I had a whole hot dog during that.
I tell you, I think he sang a song. He went into the second verse even at that point and then decided to throw it. So nice job.
But everybody's covered. You didn't have any blitz going on, but everybody's covered downfield in secondary.
So Clinton-Masie now.
Get in there.
No pressure again. An interception drops out of the hand of Dalen Maple's hands.
And he knows he's mad.
Yeah, he knows. That actually would have been probably a pick six easily. But I
must have been deflected.
It was. I believe Colton Trampler got him on the backside of his arm and was able to flip the ball, and it came over of a wobble, end over end. And I think because it was so wobbly, Dalen just couldn't grab it.
Or it was like, is this really happening?
Yeah, is this really right in my face? Yeah. So Clinton-Masie sets up their defense. Keegan Land switches over to the other side of the field. Carter Frank and big play Gabe, number 4, is also covering an inside receiver. Number 11, Blake Irelan on defense. This one's going to be wide receiver screen. Number 5 is Logan Campbell. He gets the ball and does a nice job.
Way to get off that block.
Nice job. Blake Ireland again with a tackle to take him out of bounds.
He's on his block, and he just reads it, gets off, makes the stop. And so it looks like it's going to set up a third down here.
Looks like it's going to be a third and 10. Yeah, solid 3rd and 10. 3-by-2. Or no, actually, this is going to be a 3-by-1 with a running back is in the backfield this time for Western Brown. He switches over to the other side. Fry tightens up to his formation just a little bit, so 3 to the wide side. Logan Campbell's wide open.
Nice defense, guys.
Nice job. Nice catch.
Found an open spot.
Found an open spot. Looks like it's going to be a first down.
He just kind of finds a soft spot out there, and Drew's good enough to make that throw. But, I think about these Massey DBs. You got to get up to play the number 1 passer in the nation. That's got to get you pumped up. And they are answering the call. They're playing a great, great defensive game thus far.
Yeah, that's a nice first down by Drew Novak and company there, getting out of a 3rd and long. He sets up this time at the 30-yard line. Immediately it's going to be a wide receiver screen, trying to be met in the backfield. Looks like a hold, but they're not going to call that one. They're going to let that one go. We do want to thank our sponsor again, Campus Nation. Go to campusnation.com, and if you're watching this on the Campus Nation YouTube channel, please subscribe. Make sure you give a subscription and ring that bell for notifications for Campus Nation so you can see the next Clinton-Masie Falcons game here in 2 weeks against the new Richmond Lions. Drew Novak, he's going to run this one with a wide open hole, but it is cut down pretty quickly. 54 for Massey is going to be, let's see here.
It's a nice tackle.
Yeah, it was. He came off his block, and 54 is Charlie Hale. Charlie Hale playing it inside. Yeah, I think he's playing inside, too. They changed up the defense just a little bit.
And yeah, got off his block, made the tackle. And like I said earlier, what defensive high school team wouldn't get pumped up to play the number one passer, especially when you're Massey, D, and say, hold on, we got something to say about that.
You know, somebody I don't see on the field is Leighton Bell. Leighton Bell.
Yeah, he's a playmaker.
Yeah, usually he is on that defensive line, number 40 for Clinton-Masie. So we're going to see if we can spot a number 40, Clayton Bell. Either is he – okay, he's down here on the sideline. So, it doesn't look like he's hurt. Maybe there's a certain package that they're looking to put him in. I think they did try to go with a little bit different setup. I heard some conversations about the looks that they were going to give him this week with Coach Scott Rolfe. In there. Yep, absolutely. Coach Scott Rolfe taking care of business there on the defense.
Leighton's got some nice strong legs there, don't he? Big, thick legs.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm impressed by the way Massey's playing against this guy, number one passer in the nation.
Absolutely.
And this defense has answered the call. Playing great. And you're going to give some up. You're going to give. But if you give 200 yards up, that's still a victory. And you come out on top because they're not going to run the ball. They're just going to come out in the shotgun formation, and they're just going to spread that ball around.
Well, and so far this year, he's had passing games of 330, 500, 500, 600. I mean, that's nothing for – if you can keep him under 500, you should feel somewhat good because we had 504 passing yards last year. Ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like to send a shout-out, we'll try to get to those here in just a little bit. You can send that to 937-303-8069. Again, 937-303-8069 if you want to shout out where you're watching the Campus Nation broadcast from. Touch to the ground, and that's going to be a first down for Western Brown. Nice job by that's Chisholm. Yep, number 20 is Chisholm.
Yeah, a little slot receiver there.
And he takes over for his older brother, who was a great player last year. Actually had quite a bit of yards against Clinton-Masie last year in that game.
You got a one-on-one down here with the big Dylan Novak.
Yeah, that's a nice look for Western Brown. That's something they're probably coming back to at some point. So it's actually going to be quads to the top side on the boundary, and they are definitely looking. A little bit of pressure comes in, and a nice sack by Colton Trampler.
Yeah.
Colton Trampler with a nice sack pressure. He gets past him.
Somebody's going to push
he's doing some push-ups again on the ground. So I think Drew saw the pressure. He was able to take about 2 steps, and I'll be honest with you, I think it was just the Venus flytrap.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's how you talk. You let your play do the talking.
Yeah,
you don't
and
have to chirp.
He went right back to his side of the ball.
You get physical, and that's the best way to make a statement. Nice play.
So another 7 or 8 yards added for another first down needed. So he's going to get it, go out of bounds, touch him. And number 7 is the brother again. That's Dylan Novak. And I'm telling you, I think they're going to be okay with just taking that all day long.
And that's a good sign. You take a sack, you think, oh, is he demoralized?
Oh, no.
He gets back up. He's like,
coming back up.
No, we're just going to keep doing it. And I would say now, you get about midfield, their field position has been pretty bad this game. So now you may be looking at 4-down territory with this guy.
Oh, absolutely. I think at this point they're 4 down and forward, yeah. So you had mentioned finding those soft holes as Dylan Novak drops back about the 38-yard line again, gets some pressure.
A lot of space there.
But this time he makes a move, and he's out in the open field. The tackle comes down after the first down run. You had mentioned specifically about finding those open holes. I asked Coach, what's 2 things you've done well after you've watched film now for 5 or 6 weeks? And he said, I do believe we find the open windows in the soft coverage spots, and we can kind of get in space.
And you got to have time. You got to have an offensive line that gives you that time.
To credit to them that he's getting that time. And I'll tell you what, beautiful hole there as well. He saw the opening once the pressure came and was able to gain a first down run. Yeah. This time he's going to go to the right, airing it out nice and wide to number 5, Logan Campbell with a catch and a score.
That was beautiful.
Great pass. Goodness. Beautiful pass from Dylan Novak. Flips the ball to the referee. referee
right on his numbers.
Dropped it right into his breadbasket.
And, folks, that's why this kid has got all this, accolation. There it is. Yeah. I mean, that was just a beautiful – he ran in between those two defenders, and he just threw it right on the numbers.
Double coverage. So, excellent job by Drew Novak. A beautiful pass and catch. That was Campbell that brought that in. And that was from the drop back. That was about a good, I'd say, 50-yard throw.
It was a pretty throw.
And put it right in his breadbasket. So, this time Grime will take your kick from the PAT stripe. See if he can tie this up at 7-7. The snap is good. The hold is good. The kick is good. So we'll be 7-7 with 10:30 left in the second quarter. So, as you said, maybe not the score you would expect at this point, but it is a tie ball game with second quarter still looming.
Sometimes that cracks the seal, though. It's kind of been, that Titanic struggle. But sometimes, I remember last year, 28-6.
And then
all of a sudden they struck. And after they strike, it was like it just began to steamroll. So they may be setting this up, and you may start seeing a big exchange of points here.
And it was a lot of 1 or 2 play drives last year for Clinton-Masie. So they scored on a 47-yard run, a 41-yard run, a 53-yard run.
Yeah, they had some big plays.
Yeah, exactly.
Frank had some big plays. When I look at this kid and I watch the, Thursday night game with the Bengals and Trevor Lawrence, he reminds me his running ability. Trevor Lawrence, 6'6", just made that cut and had a, 10-yard run, and then after that just drops it in over the top. So you're dinking and doinking, and then you just go right down the seam to Logan Campbell, your big receiver, and he catches it, and just it's a pretty thing to watch him.
Yeah, that was double coverage. I mean, he literally put it over his shoulder into his chest. So I did talk to Coach and ask him a little further about what he thought he was doing well so far for the team. He said that soft coverage fine, and also he felt that they had stopped the pass really well. So they had played some teams very similar, very 4 wide, open looks, and he felt at this point their defense had done a good job stopping. So the 2 things that he felt were going to be things that they needed to work on is they want to continue to learn how to stop the run, and the O-line blitz pickup was probably another thing that he said is something that they're really working hard for here.
Squib kick.
Definitely a squib kick. Still going to come to
there you go.
Carson Van Hoos. Couple blocks.
Nothing going. Oh, nice.
He makes a couple moves, but he's going to be swallowed up and brought back to the 20-yard line. Forward progress is stopped, and he's going to be stopped about the 22. So not quite the return that he had on the first one. It looks like they're wanting to use time when it comes to the squib kick. They'd rather have it bounce and eat that time up than give him something in the air that he can catch and run.
Yeah, and I mean we've always said this before. You get a squib kick, hits off the right player, it's like taking a risk. But it's off a Massey player.
Absolutely.
It's a live ball.
I asked Coach, what's the things that you say to Coach Osborne? What are the things that you say about Clinton-Masie? He said, first and foremost, I respect their physicality.
Yeah.
We want to be physical like Clinton-Masie. And the second thing he said is they know who they are, and they do it well.
They do.
It's actually the second time I've heard that exact same quote. So a nice run by Carson Van Hoos straight up the middle. Nice push this time.
They run behind that big offensive line. They get a big push. They're going to get 7-8 yards.
Yep.
And you don't get a lot of wrinkles. You know what you're going to get when you play Massey, but they do it well. They're comfortable in their own skin.
Yeah, I told him, I said, actually, you just quoted an exact quote of another coach earlier this year. He said, yeah, that makes sense, though. In the bone look, Blake Irelan to the top of your screen. It's going to go to Carson Van Hoos again, looking for it open. He's got one. He's going to break loose into the secondary. He makes one person miss. He's to the 45, the 40, and he's caught from behind. He's going to be stopped at the 35-yard line. Nice cut, nice run, nice vision, nice block.
Nice blocking. Followed the blocking, made that cut upfield, and got you a nice gain right there by Van Hoos. Real scrappy runner. You don't see it a lot of times with his size, but he's strong. And just a great open field runner like that.
Yeah, only listed at 165, but I think speed is where most people find their concern with him. So Keegan Lamb brings the play into Cody Zantini. He splits the line again, and with the wishbone backfield, you'll see Keegan Lamb line up to the bottom of your screen on the left-hand side of the formation. The snap goes to Carter Frank. He's able to get a couple yards. He keeps churning. Looks like it's going to be a good 4-yard gain there on the first down.
You got the size in Colton, you got the speed and the quickness, and Carson, but then you get that hybrid back. Frank has just got some good speed, got some good physicality to him, and this stable of running backs, you got to like them.
Bringing Colton Trampler back into the game with the play.
Colton runs so physical.
Yeah,
he plays physical, but he just runs, and he as soon hit you as he would juke you.
Yeah, I think when you need the tough yards.
Yeah.
you know who you're going to.
Yeah.
Carson Van Hoos is great. Carter Frank is great. But if you just want to get, a little bit nasty, you're going to give it to Colton. And there's a nice move by Carter. Carter Frank gets almost a first down run. It's going to be short by probably about a half a yard.
It's okay. 3 and 4 yards a carry.
Yep.
Take the time off. You like these 30 and 40 yards gains, but you're happy with 4 and 5 yard gains.
Absolutely. McSorley makes a point to say sometimes you have to win ugly. Win ugly in my mind is that grind sort of offense where you want to take multiple minutes off of the clock every time. And this time they're going to call a timeout and come to the sideline, but it looks like it's for a measurement, so no charge timeout either side.
I agree with that. Learning to win. I mean, you watched the Bengals last night. They used to lose all those games by 3 points, 7 points. But when you turn it around, you end up winning those games, doing the right play, winning by 3. So if you win ugly and you're Massey, that's learning to win. Even though you may not play your best or you may give up a big play, but you still win and you still have that confidence. And it kind of breeds confidence to keep winning.
Wow, they need about 8 inches for a first down. So, again, send your shout-outs. We'd like to know where you're listening from here this beautiful Friday evening, beautiful weather. Homecoming night for Clinton-Masie. We already crowned our king and queen. Also, homecoming for our friends over at the Wilmington Hurricane as well. And we'll try to get you some updates on scores as soon as possible from Wilmington and other SBAC league games.
Matt, what do you say we fake the handoff and we go deep into the end zone here?
I would say let's just get the first down. That's
because
what I say.
Then what that's going to do is give Western Brown more time on the field. Yeah. I would like to see that. I doubt we are.
Yeah, I'm good with just the first down. I say first down, and let's just set a new set of downs at about the 25-yard line would be just fine with me. And I think that's what McSorley wants. He wants to just grind. This, to me, seems like
you keep that offense off the field.
Yeah, it seems like this is a good moment for Colton Trampler to give us about a 2-yard, 3-yard run right up the left side of this offensive line, out of the wishbone. This time it's a double tight set. It's going to go to Carter Frank. He's met immediately, and he gets back with a second effort. That's a nice job. He was easily stopped with a yard loss and then was able to bounce back. Yep.
Yeah, nice play.
That was a nice second attempt. That will be a first down. Again, with your shout-outs, 937-303-8069. We want to hear where you're watching from, where you're watching Campus Nation, a free service provided by campusnation.com. You're paying for it everywhere else. You're not paying for it here. So
just
nice
subscribe,
job.
help them out.
Subscribe, help them out. This time in a double slot look, the ball's going to go to Dalen Maple. He makes one person miss and another person miss, and he's going to drag another defender down to the 5-yard line. Nice job.
Is Maple a junior or a senior?
He's a senior. He's also a senior. Yep.
Yeah.
So switching it up a little bit, Charlie Hale comes into the game, I believe, number 54.
Yep.
We had seen that switch. Coming in as I think probably a double tight or an additional lineman for an overload look.
Dalen Maple, to be playing the stable running backs, when he touches the ball, man, he's got some good moves.
And for the last 2 years, they said Dalen Maple's the fastest kid on the team, faster than Carson Van Hoos, who we know is fast. So this time they're going to set up in a double tight end wishbone look with Colton Trampler in the backfield as your fullback. Double tights. The snap to Carter Frank again. He stopped quickly, though. It's just going to be
nice stop there.
Yeah, I'd say he's back to the line of scrimmage or maybe a yard gain.
So when you say we know what they're doing, they do it well, and your job as Western Brown is to say we're going to try to stop it. We're going to try to do our best, and when you can get down here and the playbook gets condensed because you only got 5-10 yards.
Cody Zantini coming over to get the play directly from Coach McSorley. Yeah, I think you don't get cutesy here. You're just going to do what you do.
Do what you do.
Bring him up to the line of scrimmage. Into your wishbone look. Again, your double tight end set. It's second down and goals from the 7-yard line. Lots of movement up front. This time to Carson Van Hoos. He drives his legs and gets down to about
the one.
Yep, right at the 1-yard line. So it's going to be third and goal from the – no, is that fourth?
No.
Third. Okay, yeah, third and goal from the 1.
Yeah. I think, you do what you do.
Third and goal from the 2.
Oh,
there
wow.
You go.
Didn't get down to the 1.
Yeah,
okay.
I thought it was a little closer.
They pushed him back. Okay.
Yep. So this time Keegan Lamb brings the play in with Cody Zantini. Dalen Maple's going to bring himself back to the sideline.
But, honestly, don't you enjoy this game? Seeing a team like this come up, this is just a good game.
Yeah, Western Brown doing a great job of holding back the Clinton-Masie offense, usually powerful, usually with a lot of yards. Carson Van Hoos this time is going to score. Second score of the game for Carson Van Hoos to bring it 13-7, and with the PAT coming, Clinton-Masie does what Clinton-Masie does and starts at the far side of the field and just grinds and grinds and grinds and grinds all the way down to pay dirt.
That's what you want right there.
Nice job by Carson Van Hoos. He got small. I don't know if you noticed that. He got small.
He does. You don't need a big crease for him.
And again, credit to Western Brown. Number one, multiple attempts to get into the end zone. I mean, they had to drive all the way down the field. No big open runs other than the one that got him down here to about the 40. And then they had to just stall out or kind of grind at that point. So the PAT is good. It's going to make it 14-7. But I think Western Brown is able to plug holes. It's just that Carson Van Hoos doesn't need a lot of space.
He can get sideways, and he can get in there, and there's a lot of dynamite in that small package.
Absolutely.
He's just fun watching. And he's a good runner. He's a smart runner. He's got great vision. You know, these are good running backs that have played this position for years, and they know what they're doing, and they do it well.
Awesome. Got a Campus Nation. This is Cletus. I play for the junior high Western Brown football team, and I am in Anna Marie, Florida, rooting on the Broncos. Let's go Western Brown. Excellent. I appreciate the fact that we have some Western Brown fans watching Campus Nation, either at campusnation.com or you can go to the Clinton-Masie Facebook page and find the link there. Also, subscribe when you get to that YouTube link so we can make sure Campus Nation can still provide this service to us. And we appreciate their efforts all year and last year as well. Get a lot of compliments about our friends at Campus Nation from our community members that say they do a great job in their production and the delivery of that product.
You can't beat producer Rick.
Absolutely. Rick Phillips.
Rick, were you looking forward to this game today?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Yeah, even Rick Phillips. Rick Phillips.
Everybody was looking forward to this game.
We were texting earlier in the week and earlier in the day, and he said this is going to be a good one. Absolutely. So Ian McGinnis
I couldn't wait for this game.
At the 40-yard line. Let's see what Western Brown's got in their return game. A nice kick. It's going to be into the 10.
Oh,
and the ball bounces number 10. It loses it all the way back to the 1-yard line. Lots of Clinton-Masie Falcons in the way.
Nice.
And number 41 is able to make that tackle for Clinton-Masie. And I believe there is a flag on the play. Number 41 for Clinton-Masie is Nathan Wildermuth, so he made the tackle.
Nice physical
Let's
tackle.
See what kind of penalty it's thrown from the end zone. Looks like holding against Western Brown. So it's going to be half the distance to the goal line, which is going to bring him at about the 3-yard line or so.
Which usually
first attempt from the 3.
Which usually for Drew is not a problem.
No.
But, I mean, you got a Massey defense who's strong, physical, and so this might be one you draw up Braden Roth again and say, hey, can we get that blitz going, get him down in the end zone?
See, and I don't know Mr. Novak, although I hear nothing but positive things about him. I hear nothing but what a nice young man, what a congenial young man.
And that's what you want in a leader.
Absolutely. You want a guy like that to succeed. So I will say this. I don't think he's concerned at all. You know what he's saying? Just give me some more stats.
That's more stats.
More stats, yeah. And when Tony Pike was put back there, I guarantee he was thinking, well, this just means I'm going to run at 90 or, throw at 90 rather than just
Were you here for the
75.
game that Tony Pike took a hit right here?
I did.
Was it Matt Isaacs?
Here we go. Big long play. Nope. Carter Frank, almost another interception to Logan Campbell.
He said, why not try it?
I will tell you a quick story, not to put myself out there too much. So that was actually the first game ever I was coaching for Reading High School. Was right here. I was in that visitor.
Really?
Yep, absolutely. And Tony Pike took a hit out of bounds. It was actually on this sideline over here, close to where our cheerleaders are at. And he separated his shoulder and played the rest of the year. 2,900 yards, 29 passing, still with a separated shoulder. So Drew Novak brings his 2-by-2 look. This time he's going to run the ball, and he finds a little bit of a crease, gets him down to about the 4-yard line, almost the 5-yard line. So a little bit of a safety play there, making sure that they had an opportunity to get a little bit of daylight out of the end zone. This time it's going to be 3rd and 8. Now this could be a big switch in momentum if they're able to make them punt from anywhere inside of this 10 to 12-yard line and send them onto the offense somewhere, maybe in a 50-yard field. Clinton-Masie would be able to catch a little bit of momentum there. Yeah. So Keegan Lamb switches with big play McGabe.
Here comes Antini to get his team pumped up, coming down here.
The snap, the throw to Campbell gets to the 5-yard line. He's able to get out of bounds. No, actually they're going to drive him backwards, but he easily has the first down.
Good play there.
Yeah, nice job by Campbell and Novak hooking up there.
just to piggyback that last point, go full circle, I think Tony Pike went on to play for Brian Kelly at UC.
He did.
And then now we got Brian Kelly against UC tomorrow in an epic matchup.
Should be a great game.
Some some great games this weekend, but I don't know. This is the one I was looking forward to as much as any of them, to watch these teams go at it. And so far, man, this is what you would expect.
Yeah, this has been a great game so far.
Great game.
So first down, a catch and run by Western Brown. I believe that was Chisholm. Was that Chisholm that got that, I believe? I want to give Campbell all the credit. I think I'm saying it's Campbell every time.
Yeah, nice little pattern out there just to get the first down yardage.
Quad look with Dylan Novak over here by himself. That's going to be to Chisholm, and he spins, makes one man miss. He gets to the outside. He's going to be taken down out of bounds. Number 10.
20's Chisholm.
Okay, so number 10
is.
Let's get number 10 is Isaiah Smith.
Nice little play
Smith,
there.
yeah.
He's got lots of weapons, don't he?
Isaiah Smith. And Coach did mention his name, said he's an up-and-coming player for him this year. This time it's going to be quads to the right. So it looks like they found a formation that they like, going quads to the wide side of the field. It's going to be inside again, same exact play, same exact play until they stop it. Why not run it?
Yeah, and again, credit to Massey defense, seeing all these different looks by this offense, and the DBs being in the right spot at the right time. That's a lot mentally to keep up on.
So Leighton Bell does enter the game now.
There he is.
Comes running into the game to set up in his defensive line position.
Get in there.
3-by-2 look with Drew Novak taking the snap. Immediately looks to his right, finds his brother, and he goes down. That's a smart play.
Enough, right?
That's a smart play.
He's about to take the stick
Yes,
there.
he was. And he said,
Blake,
nope, I'm just going to go down, and I'm going to live to fight another day with another first down.
Good job, Massey's keeping the ball in front of him. Besides the touchdown, keeping the ball in front of him for the most part.
Yeah.
You know, he may be setting something up, but right now.
I'm certain he's setting up something. It's going to be a screen and go at some point, or a
They're
double pass.
Dink and doink down here.
The ball comes loose. He's able to get on it, and it goes out of bounds. They're going to call that inbounds to be able to keep the clock running with 4:04 left. 14-7 is your score. Clinton-Masie up by 7.
Interesting they're not going vertical. They're just, trying to get out there in the flats and do that.
Yeah, I think the two deep safeties is making them maybe a little bit hesitant. Clinton-Masie is willing to let you get the underneath stuff as long as you don't go over the top. So this time, Blake Irelan is setting up on our closest position here with Dylan Novak, and he lets one air out here. This time it's going to be far.
Wow.
Almost gets it. He wants to bring it in. Yeah, one-handed catch would have been nice there by number 11. I believe that's Fry, Matthew
Another
Fry.
Pretty good size wide receiver there.
Oh, yeah, they've got tons of weapons. Offensive line is big.
Beautiful pass, too.
I mean, and you got the leading passer in the nation behind center. So, I mean, it sets up well for Western Brown, not only for this game, but to have a great year and hopefully a run in the playoffs. Again, other than this week, we want nothing but success for Western Brown, especially in the postseason. And for Novak. Another long pass. This time it's easily thrown to him.
Nice pass.
But he's able to he was almost able to bring that in. It hit him in the hands and then dropped down between the wickets.
This 2 push-up thing must be something. He didn't miss that, though. I mean, he threw it. I think the receiver kind of dropped it. But, man, you talk about an impressive quarterback here. Can put the ball on the number.
Yeah, it looks like the receivers are getting over top of the Clinton-Masie defenders in this. It looks like a 3-3-5 look. Yeah. 4th down, going for it on the 40-yard line. Maybe tries to get him to jump just a little bit. This time they're going to call a timeout.
Jump a couple times.
Just think about it a little bit. Yep. So you see the defensive mindset here. So I can tell you from the formation perspective, the defensive formation is set up in a 3-3-5. So they got three defensive linemen, usually somebody in close to the nose or a 2-gap look, and then they've got 3 linebackers. They're bringing a lot of pressure with Colton Trampler, and then 5 defensive backs. So in that particular exchange,
and you got to have 5 with this
10,
team.
Yeah. Well, and I think also because the yard is where they're at on the field, the 5 defenders makes total sense. So again, Clinton-Masie able to hold the lead right now, 14-7 with 3:30 left. Western Brown does call a timeout. If you've got any more shout-outs, we'll be glad to take them. This is Peyton Day. Also plays for Western Brown Junior High Football, and he is watching from Florida as well. So let's go Western Brown. So
all these football players
I'm telling you, hey, they're having a good time in Florida for Western Brown football players. That's good. They got a group rate apparently.
Hey.
Yeah. We're going to leave you with the question of the day here in just a little bit, starting into that 3rd quarter. So you can send us your responses back for that as well. But please send your shout-outs. We want to make sure we know where you're listening from, 937-303-8069. And we also want to thank our sponsor of CampusNation.com. Go to CampusNation.com, find this game, and then hit that subscribe button. on your YouTube channel.
And it looks like and you could see a little squib kick here, but a little pooch
I think
punt.
they're going to go for it on this one. The pass comes up. Colton Trampler is able to make him move at least. He sets up once, sets up twice.
Nothing.
Ball's way
nice
over
defense,
his head,
guys. And big not to get a flag there. He just
the ball was pretty far over his head.
He played good defense,
point,
but didn't get handsy there. Great. Hey, hats off to Massey defense. They said you dropped 60 on us last year. We don't want that again. Nice defense.
Yeah, nice job, guys. So stopping that will bring us with a 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line.
I wonder if every time his defense comes off and holds like that, they just kind of go, shoo.
Yeah, whoo.
We held one more time.
What they're probably saying is, offense, can you give us a break? We're running ragged out here.
And all these DBs on an island. You talk about being on an island against the #1 passer in the nation. Like, whoo, another stop. But hats off to them. Great playing DBs.
A benefit for Clinton-Masie is they don't have a lot of guys that go both ways. Colton Trampler obviously is your most probably two-way player. Cody Zantini as well. This particular week, Carter Frank has had 2. Nice run by Carson Van Hoos. He gets to the outside. He finds a seam. He breaks one tackle, and then he brings a guy with him for another 4 yards down to the 10-yard line.
Another stick here on Zantini. They keep making him pay a price, but hey.
Yeah, it seems like they have a game plan to make sure that Cody Zantini takes as many hits as possible, no matter what the play is. I don't know why.
I mean, we can reciprocate that. We're not.
Yeah,
I wouldn't want to start
that.
To
do that. Yeah. So, but hey, I mean, play the game, and we'll just keep everybody calm. I think Cody Zantini even kind of telling his teammates to relax, calm down. I'm okay, because this senior group has been together again since 3rd grade. They've won some championships at the lower level, but I think he's more impressed if we win than if somebody puts a lick for somebody for him.
Zantini gets him pumped up, but he keeps it in the pocket. He doesn't,
calm him down a little bit. Yeah. So looks like he's going to wait till
let that clock run a little bit.
Yeah, wait till they bring the ball out, and this time they're going to call a timeout. Clinton-Masie, yeah. So Clinton-Masie is going to call a timeout and think about it a little bit here. Cody Zantini bringing him up to the line and just waiting for a minute, deciding what to do, and they call a timeout to give him just a minute. So now we got a few coming in here. Let's see. We got Zach Dillo watching from Fort Knox, Kentucky. Zach Dillo, a Clinton-Masie graduate, a Falcon family member. We're glad to hear from him.
Right.
We also say, Go Massey from Lunch Lady Kelly from the middle school and family Zach, Riley, Max, and Bridget. Excellent.
Yeah.
Checking in from the North Pole, apparently. Checking in from the North Pole. Is that Santa?
Tell Santa I've been good.
I know.
Tell him I've been good.
Check out Gabe McDowell and the Falcons from the Roamars in Seattle, Washington. Washington. Mrs. Bailey is missing her CM family. Go Massey. Sending out our thoughts for Mrs. Bailey. Carter Frank's Nana.
Hey,
Nana's
Nana.
checking in.
What's up, Nana?
Falcons are kicking it. Nana checking in. We and Darren and Shannon from Burtonville are enjoying your coverage of a great game. Missing our Falcon family. Joey Coker out there injured. Wishing him a speedy recovery. Thank you very much for the great coverage. So Joey Coker is a big loss for this Clinton-Masie line. I watched that young man work his tail off all summer.
Great player.
Oh, just a great kid, too. Very funny young man, too. I'd say that as well. So this is the 2-back set.
Let's get one
Carter
for
Frank
Nana.
is
get
open.
One for Nana.
And he gets one. Nice job. That one's for Nana. Frank the Tank through the line at 2:35 on your second quarter
And Grammy and Gramps
number.
On the other side. That's for all the grandparents.
That's for all the grandparents. Nice job. Hey, that's a big movement right there. That's a big momentum swing.
Carter.
Now, I know Carter Frank is that guy, like you said. He's got that hybrid. He's got a little bit of size. He's got a little bit of speed. That time he had a nice opening as well.
Run,
yeah,
quick,
it was a nice run.
Powerful.
Nana's going to be happy about that one. So let's see here. We've also got Let's Go Massey watching in Harveysburg.
Hey,
let's see Jenny Keys and Jenny Runyon and Jackie Stevens, all the Falcon fans. The kick is up, and it is right down the middle. That's going to bring it up to 21-7 as your score, 2:35 left.
Plenty of time. Plenty of time for Western Brown.
Oh, absolutely. Last shout out from Key West, Florida, Brian Hawk and Will Harner, the class of 1990.
Dude, Matt, we're
Falcon family, baby.
Tonight.
I know. It's all about Florida this evening, yeah.
In Florida.
Shout outs from Florida coming 2x2 here. So Clinton-Massie's going to set up the kick off from the 40-yard line, and that's what they needed. It was a turnover on downs.
Boom.
It happened to be on the Western Brown side of the field, so a little bit of a gamble there that didn't work out for Western Brown. With that turnover on downs, they were able to get an extra possession that Western Brown lost, and it's going to be 21-7.
Now, if you're Western Brown, you want to answer. You want to answer before half, and you
yes.
do.
And
you got plenty of time.
He's going to.
You want to come down, keep this game close. Don't let it get out of hand. And so they're going to come out here and be aggressive like they always are and see if they can. Now, one thing would help them is getting some good field position. Man, they've been backed up deep in their own red zone. Yeah.
Based on this return.
Yeah, so they need to get some good field position.
The last
here.
return put them somewhere, I think, at the 2-yard line or so.
Penalty, yes.
Yeah, with the holding penalty. So Ian McGinnis is going to set up. And you saw what he did that time. He put that ball right at the 10-yard marker. I mean, he put it right on that 0, and it went through the hands of number 10. This time, number 11's over there.
He's probably going to try to go right back there.
Yeah, he likes that little corner kick.
Oh. A little itch in the giddy up
there.
Yeah,
he stopped on that one. This time it sails
same
high.
Guy. He got
Fry
it.
gets it, follows his blockers. Clinton-Massie pushes him back just a little bit. He finds that opening.
Going.
Yeah,
couldn't find a crease.
Got swallowed up pretty quick on that one.
He was looking for a crease and never found one.
So at the 20-yard line,
there.
Drew Novak will bring his offense out. And I will say this, it doesn't look – I mentioned some names like the Cam Weil and some other guys. It doesn't look like they have a ton of guys that go both ways. Looks like they have a defensive set and an offensive set. And we'll try to pick up some more numbers here, especially in the second half, to verify that. But you got Cody Zantini, Carter Frank going both ways for Clinton-Massie. You've got Colton Trampler putting in, play after play on both sides of the ball, which, you know what, that's where he wants to be. Yeah. He doesn't want to be on the sideline, I guarantee you that. Offense and defense, he wants the ball, and he wants to stop the ball.
Yeah.
So this time we're sending a wide receiver out for Western Brown. This is a 3-by-2 look, 3 to your right. And to the north side of our field there, that would be 2 receivers. So 5 receivers, nobody in the backfield but Drew Novak.
Ooh, nice
block. Almost had an open 52. Set. Nice catch. Nice catch.
Kind of had to come back to that ball, but he adjusted for the ball in the air, and that's a great catch there by number 11. Very good catch. And look, in one play, you're going about 50 yards there.
Looks like I think Mormon is going to have to come off the field because I think he's injured.
Uh-oh. Did he get the timeout?
Yeah, he was trying to go down. But I tell you,
looked like he was
something happened. I actually was watching him as that ball traveled, and I think something happened to him because he stopped in almost like mid-run and just stopped there, and he was on the sidelines and tried to get off to the sidelines to continue the play to go, but he wasn't able to. Whether that's a cramp or something, he's going to be able to get up and on his own power walk off the field.
Yeah, good.
So make sure and keep him safe. All players safe on both sides of the ball.
Did I see Carter Uten not in pads tonight? Is he?
Carter Uten is dealing with a concussion.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, he is not going to be in pads tonight. Okay. Nana said, that's my buddy. Nana's happy.
All right,
Nana.
Go
Western Brown checking in from Afghanistan. Oh, we hope that's a service member from Afghanistan. If it is, we appreciate your service.
We do.
Absolutely. In fact, we were announcing right before the game started that we continue to add names to our Veterans Wall inside of Clinton-Masie High School, where we want to honor all of those that have served and are serving for the United States government and the United States military. So appreciate that. Pass by Novak.
Got him.
6 yards. Take him out of bounds. Catch, just a nice little pitch and catch.
Yeah, he's like an 11 here, isn't he?
Yeah.
Big target, tall target. And look, 2 minutes, plenty of time. Plenty of time.
Oh, he's not in any rush whatsoever. It takes 1 strike. 1 strike. Yep, he's going to take the same thing. He's going to go out of bounds this time, and he's going to stop the clock. So that's going to put 1:36 still on the clock, 21-7. Western Brown is driving right now to the 35-yard line with another first down. Again, I think if they're cautious and patient enough, they could just dink and dunk it all the way down the field until they get into that red zone.
Watch, he's going to fake this short.
And just
let's see what happens
zing
here.
It.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised on a quarterback run as well. So 3-by-2 is your set, 3 to the wide side. Flips the ball in his hand. Got plenty of time to run, plenty of time to throw. Comes back to across the field and goes out of bounds for another close to first down run. It looks like he's going to go out with about a yard to spare.
Again, hats off to that offensive line, giving him time.
Plenty of time.
He, moves around the pocket, good mobility.
I think Clinton-Massie is willing to give a little bit of extra time as long as he's not running. I think they're trying to keep him from running. So this time, wide open with a catch, and he's into the end zone backwards. Nice job. Is that Fry again, or is that Chisholm?
Number 11.
Number 11.
Yep,
so let's see.
Fry, I believe.
I believe that's Fry. Yeah, it should be Fry.
Yep.
Nice job, Matthew Fry. Been there all night. So that time he found, again, Coach said it, went to the soft coverage. Went right between the over-the-top safety, who actually went for the tackle but just spun him around, and then the underneath coverage.
Walked in, he said, would you like some ketchup with those fries?
Yeah.
I think that's what he was saying.
Just a minute. That's barely all it took for him to go the entire length of the field. Still
2:30
135.
Yeah,
exactly.
Oh, it's fun, folks.
It's going to be a kick.
This is fun.
And the PAT is up. And it's good.
And maybe Novak finds a little, hey, this is the angle I'm going to work. This is the DB I'm going after here. And
here's the thing that they've got looking forward to. They're going to get the ball to start the second half.
Who's that, Western Brown?
Western Brown gets the ball to start the second half.
So, I mean, what do you do if you're Massie here?
I'd say if you're Massie with 1:23 left, you're definitely first and foremost getting enough to where you're eating this clock and letting the time run out. That's the first.
Yeah, you're not giving them the ball, obviously.
You don't want to give them anything where they can possibly give another.
But, I mean, are you trying to score?
No, I think at this point you're happy that you're up by 21 by 14.
You're comfortable in your own skin. You say, hey, you're not threatening us.
Yep.
We believe we can stop you and keep doing our thing.
And at this point, you've kept one of the most powerful offenses of the SBAC and Southwest Ohio down to 14 points.
Yeah.
So you can't be too mad at that. Run this clock out, go to halftime, know that they're going to come out and try to score in that start of the second half to tie this game up. If you can get a stop there and start rolling the other way, it could be big. So we're going to take just a minute once halftime starts to allow you to see our band. We'll give a quick recap of the first half, and then we'll be back with action here in just about 20 minutes. So Clinton-Masie maybe setting up for an onside. It looks like that there's a possibility. If I'm them.
They're always squibbing it, so why not try?
Why not go for an offsides? A lot of green grass here closest to the Clinton-Masie bench for a pooch kick, which we actually saw Goshen do last week almost successfully to set it on the far side there. And it looks like he's going to squib this away.
There you go. Oh, wow.
Oh,
ooh.
Just go down. Just go down. Yep.
Thankfully.
Just keep the possession and go down. Gotcha.
Good hands. So the ball's around a 30-yard line there.
Yep. Run a couple plays. Run this clock down.
You can have a big running play. When you're Massie, I mean, it's nothing to strike for 30, 40, 50 yards. And so you might want to try a couple runs here to
maybe a little counter action, maybe try to get somebody sleeping or a little play action. But I think they're going to be happy if they just go in with the lead at this point. So the play's coming in from the sideline with Cody Zantini and Keegan Lamb. Clinton-Masie is going to start from the 30-yard line. They're moving right to left on your TV screen with 1:20 left. 21-14 is your score. Clinton-Masie up on the Western Brown Broncos by 7 as they start to exit this second quarter. Ball goes straight to Dalen Maple.
Nice cut.
He's got a nice run. He's getting a block. Number 1 wants to bring him down.
Nice.
He goes out of bounds.
and was it number 1 got a little
number 1 there he knows it. Yeah, he put his hands up. He's like, nope,
I ain't getting up and chirping.
And
good for him.
I got yelled at over on the sideline, so I'm done.
He's a physical player. He needs to be in here.
He was excited. So with 1:12 left, he did go out of bounds, which stops the clock. That's a smart move by Dalen Maple.
I like his hand movement.
He's like, nope, I'm good. So Clinton-Masie brings the ball up this time at the 46-yard line. They're going right to left again. It's a great run. He followed his block as well there at the end. Carter Frank, he's going to get swallowed up quickly. Number 44.
Minute left. Let's
Western
get back to
Brown.
the line. Yeah, let's see if we can't. A little timeout action.
Timeout, yeah. So number 44 for Western Brown. We've called his number a couple times already, but we want to give him credit. That is Ty Loudon, a 6'1", 190 junior. And again, I think you've got a lot of juniors in this class that are, that junior class that are playing, getting good minutes on a Friday night. So by far, it's not cupboard empty next year, even if this graduating seniors.
No way. I mean, you got Campbell and Novak, the senior wide receivers, but the quarterback obviously is coming back. He's got quite a few junior receivers.
The Smith kid's done a great job.
And
did we say Fry? Fry is
Fry?
Junior.
Oh, wow.
He's a junior, I'm telling you.
And that looks like that might be his go-to guy.
That's a reload right there for next year. So congrats to Western Brown for honestly turning this program around. A few years ago, it was not in the direction I'm sure that the community or the staff even that was on staff at the time wanted it to be. So they made a change, brought in Osborne. Again, one of the nicest coaches. For Western Brown community members that are listening, you've got a very nice coach, a very friendly gentleman, and a gentleman that wants what's best for his program, absolutely. So Clinton-Massie's coming out in the double slot look. This time he's going to fake the pitch.
Oh, he fell down.
He fell down, though, yeah.
Nice play.
Colton Trampler gets the ball on the catch. He spins around and gets positive yardage.
Did you see that play by the magician?
Little side action
wow,
there.
Impressive.
Little sidearm
Cody.
action. Now timeout to Clinton-Masie again with 55 seconds left. They didn't get the first down, so that's going to be second down, third down, and 4 there, it looks like. Yep, and that's the final one. So they're going to have to run the rest of this quarter with no timeouts. But
with the pressure, he gets rid of it, sidearms it to Colton Trampler. Trampler with good hands and gets about 7 yards. Nice play,
I'm not
guys.
sure what receiver he was going for, but I know there was a receiver that fell down. Yeah, so I think he had to scramble immediately. So while we got just a second, let's clear a few of these. Let's go Broncos. Jace Pittman watching in Mount Orab, Ohio. Plays for the 9-year-old Bronco team. So lots of Broncos represent. We love to hear it. Go Massey watching from Oregonia. Lunch Lady Kelly and Zach and Riley and Bridget.
Lunch Lady Kelly. Thank you, Lunch
Absolutely.
Lady Kelly.
Go Carter Frank from Mamaw and Papaw in Haines City, Florida. Another Florida listen. Papaw. And my name is Ella watching from Florida. Go Broncos. All these Bronco fans and Massey fans are texting us from Florida. You know, I appreciate that. We appreciate you listening all over the country. And if it's Afghanistan, all over the world. So Clinton-Masie with the just a handoff to Carson Van Hoos. Cuts back, gets the first down, goes down. But at this point, he's got it's going to stop the clock on the first down. He gets back up on the line of scrimmage.
49 seconds left in the half. I like this.
I would say that was calling. I would say that was a 2-play call in a row. This time to Colton Trampler. He stops, he spins, he gets positive yardage. They need to get right back up to the line.
Aggressive tempo, I should say.
36 seconds left.
Let's go. Perfect. Now you're not giving them any time, just you time to maybe get in the end zone.
Spikes it.
There you go.
So they're going to spike it, and they're going to look for a long pass here with 29 seconds left and third down.
So maybe it's something little we didn't see here. They are going to try to get in the end zone and
I'd say.
Or get some kind of points here.
And they've got 2 opportunities here. So you've got enough time on the clock. If you have an incomplete pass, the play's going to stop. They've got it listed as third down here, so we'll see if they're going to change that marker. But if it's third down, they've got 2 more shots with 29 seconds left. An incomplete pass will give you plenty of time to set up one more play before the quarter is over. So Blake Irelan comes into the game. He's going to set up on the far side, on the right-hand side of the formation. The left-hand side is going to be Carson Van Hoos. Colton Trampler's behind him. Carter Frank to the right. We're going to fake this time. Pumps.
Go ahead. Let her turn her loose.
This time he's Carter Frank.
Oh, nice play there by Fry.
Nice play by the Western Brown defense.
Fry goes up, bats that down. Looks like maybe an injured player there in the end zone.
Yeah, I think he's okay. He's going to pop up there. Nice job by that
Fry
young man.
made a good play just batting that ball down.
Excellent play by Matthew Fry. So they do have a couple guys going both ways from Western Brown. It looks like there's going to be a holding on Clinton-Masie to bring him back. Again, going to have enough time, 22.5 seconds left.
Play. I mean, you need 40 plays anyway.
Oh, they called it a
yards.
chop block. Okay. That's interesting. You don't see that a lot in high school football, but it looks like a chop block, a little over-under there. So Clinton-Massie's going to reset at about the 49-yard line, but we're going to be on our side of the 49-yard line. So that is a 15-yard penalty.
I want to give a lot of credit to our offensive line. You know, we talk about Cody, great leader, our stable of running backs, but this offensive line gets it done every week.
Look who's coming in. Look who's coming in on offense. Big play, Gabe. Got a little something stirred up for big play, Gabe. Coming out of the field. It's Colton Trampler this time.
When you need a big play, call Big Play Gabe.
Big play, Gabe. 4-4-4-4-4-4-4.
That's actually
big
Blake
play,
Mason
Gabe. Exactly. Timeout by Western Brown. So
good idea.
Yeah, they saw a little something here that they're not used to with Clinton-Masie, and that is a trips right look. With Clinton-Masie bringing Cody under center in the trips right look, Western Brown just want to say, you know what? Hold on real quick. Let's think about this. And that gives us one more time to go to our shout-outs, and we appreciate everybody checking in. Lots of them. Shout-out to Coach Rolfe and Braden Rolfe, number 42 from Daughter Sister Schofield Barracks in Hawaii. Absolutely. Another service member checking in. We appreciate that from the Rolfe family. Shout out to Big Play Gabe and the Falcons, again from Seattle, Washington, and the Whitakers watching in Minot, North Dakota.
Okay.
Go Massey. Nice. Maybe that's Minot, M-I-N-O-T.
Campus Nation's going global
I'm telling
tonight.
you, global. We're absolutely ready to bring Campus Nation worldwide, and we appreciate our friends here at Campus Nation for sponsoring our event here at Frank Ireland Field, Clinton-Masie High School.
Yes, we do. And I guess if you're local, you're here at the game, so we understand people watching from out of state. But, hey, we're everywhere tonight.
Absolutely. Third down out of the timeout brings us from the 49-yard line. This time, Cody Zantini goes in motion. He sets up. The snap's going to go to Carson Van Hoos.
He's going to run.
Yeah, he's going to run, and I'm not sure that this worked out like they wanted to because there's no gain.
Oh, there goes number 1. He's taunting him. Careful there.
No game on that play. Okay. So that looked like trying to maybe do a little something there that they weren't expecting. Little razzle-dazzle.
You just let that – okay, nothing hurt. Clock runs out.
Yep.
You going with a 7-point lead. But
That's
they're
it.
pumped. Western Brown happy with that stop.
Absolutely. If you're 21-14 with Clinton-Masie, where last year you were around, 28-6, I think you said at halftime?
Yeah.
So you're definitely feeling pretty good about where you're at. So, let's just try to go while the band sets up. We want to make sure they have an opportunity to play here in just a second. So what do you see out of Clinton-Masie that either concerns you or makes you feel a little more confident that the game plan is in place?
Nothing concerning me now, but concerning second half is that defense going to get tired because Drew can pick you apart. So hopefully they can remain and keep their endurance because that's the big question for the second half for them.
Yeah, you've got Cody Zantini going both ways. You got Dalen Maple going some both ways. You got Colton Trampler going both ways. You got Carter Frank this game.
Those DBs just constantly sprinting down the field.
They're just running. At some point, you're going to get tired. Absolutely.
And he's going to probably get some more points, so you just got to hang.
Yeah, and at this point, you want their defense to feel about the same. They've been pounded on by the Clinton-Masie offensive line and the running backs with all the blocking. So they're probably feeling about the same starting into that second half as well. So as Clinton-Masie band takes the field, we're going to just give you a quick review. Scoring got underway with Carson Van Hoos with I believe, about a 6-yard run into the end zone to start the scoring for Clinton-Masie. Drew Novak was able to bring his team back with a score to make it 7-7. Then Carson Van Hoos was able to score again and give us a 14-7 lead. Then it went to 21-7, 14-7. I'm sorry, 21-14 would be your score with Novak bringing a pass in with about a minute 30 left in the second quarter that gave them an opportunity to get within 7 points of Clinton-Masie, and they will be getting the ball coming out of the second half.
Going to be a good one. Don't go anywhere.
So we're going to turn it over to our band and our cheerleaders. We'll let you listen to them and see this action, and then we'll come back to you with a few minutes left in the half.